This is Anthony Gokowski with Alpha News. Today is August 26, 2021. Here are today's top stories. Well, the Minnesota State Fair has returned after it was canceled last year because of the COVID-19 pandemic. But some left-wing guests are hesitant to return because fair management has entrusted Minnesotans to make their own decisions about masks and vaccines. With no mask mandate or vaccine requirement, WCCO Radio pulled out of the annual gathering last week, criticizing the fair for using the, quote, honor system. Low Cut Connie was scheduled to perform at the grandstand, but canceled because they don't feel comfortable without a mask or vaccine mandate. Education Minnesota, the state's teachers union, has also backed out of the fair. But other vendors have been struggling to find enough workers for the fair. As of last week, just a week before opening day, the fair was looking to fill 400 positions for jobs like ticket sales and park maintenance, while about 30 vendors had an additional 300 open positions. In related news, Republicans are calling on House Speaker Melissa Hortman to cancel Democrat John Thompson's appearance at the Minnesota House's State Fair booth. Just last month, top Democrats such as Governor Tim Walz were calling for Thompson to resign, following reports about his history of domestic abuse allegations. If he's unfit to serve in the Minnesota House, certainly he's unfit to represent the legislature at the Minnesota State Fair, Republican Marion O'Neill said in a statement. A security fence has returned to the Minnesota State Capitol amid a 4-day protest organized by anti-Line 3 activists. The Treaties Not Tar Sands demonstration began Monday and will last through the day Thursday. Organizers of the event vowed to engage in, quote, mass civil disobedience. Anti-Line 3 agitators have a history of disrupting construction of the pipeline, damaging equipment, placing spikes in roadways, and even calling for violence. Teresa LeDuc, for instance, the program manager of Honor the Earth, which was one of the organizers of this week's demonstration, seemed to call for violence last month. There's a few hundred hunters in White Earth, a whole bunch of wild Indians. There's ceremony and warfare. Our people have always been armed. You can go be peaceful, but how long are you willing to live on your knees? Said a post LeDuc shared on Facebook. Winona LeDuc, executive director of Honor the Earth, said in 2019 that there would be a, quote, civil war in northern Minnesota if the pipeline moved forward. The Minnesota segment of Enbridge Energy's Line 3 pipeline project is nearly 90% complete. Dozens of shops and businesses in Kenosha, Wisconsin remain boarded up 1 year after Jacob Blake was shot by a local police officer. The shooting, which paralyzed Blake from the waist down, sparked several days of rioting in the small lakefront city. According to Kenosha News, rioters caused an estimated $50 million in damage to buildings and businesses and put as many as 40 businesses out of business for good. Rustin Shesky, the officer who shot Blake, was not charged with any wrongdoing and acted within the law, according to the local police chief. Shesky returned to a desk job in April. 7 people were injured in a shooting just after midnight Thursday morning on Lyndale Avenue South, according to Minneapolis police. Responding officers located 3 people suffering from gunshot wounds at the scene, and another 4 were transported to nearby hospitals by private vehicles before police arrived. Of the 7 people injured, 1 is in critical condition, 5 are in serious condition, and 1 is in good condition. All 7 victims are expected to survive their injuries. For these stories and more, visit alphanews.org.